Hey, what up? OMAO here, back with another track check on this channel. Today we're looking at my track Lose My Soul, which was released on Minted Records some time ago. And yeah, let's have a look at the project. So this is the project of Lose My Soul, 38 mixer tracks, quite a tiny project. And it all started with the melody and the leads. So I've picked a Diva, which is a nice retro vibey synthesizer. And at the beginning it was playing this. I was playing some chords, and for some reason I put an arpeggiator on this and it sounded like this. Magic. So I put another layer underneath, which sounds like this. A bit gritty, and another layer together. I've created a bass line. Consists of 2 layers of serum. And for the low frequencies, I've added a sub bass. And the sub bass is also in serum patch, but this is a nice pack from Seven Skies, and there are so many 808s built in serum, and they are perfect for subs, I think, and with quite heavy processing, it sounds very big. I can show you the processing on the sub bass. It is very typical for my workflow at these days, and a very common trick for sub bass is to put an Pultec EQ on the sub and boost the low frequencies quite a bit, but also attend it at the same amount, so you have this nice coloring from the Pultec, but don't overdo the sub frequencies. And this is a pretty nice trick I've learned. Then I have this Waves R bass on it, which is also a boost for the sub bass. You can choose the frequency of the sub bass, and yeah, you can bring it up front. I can show it. It gives the whole sub bass a bit more body to it. Decapitator, just for more saturation and distortion. Pretty beefs up the whole sound. And I have this Shaperbox plugin for sidechaining, so I've cut this part out where my kick is playing, so the kick and bass is nice and tight together. So we have kick, bass and leads. Now I've added, for the second part, I've added the drums, some snares. Oh, this is pretty nice. I had this tom. I had this clap, and I've put this very wide in the stereo field with this wider, and added some reverb to make this clap sound like this. And in context of all sounds, it's a pretty nice effect. Some toms, more claps, so this is the main clap. Whole drum section sounded like this. Here you can hear some cymbals and Here are the open hi-hats. Yeah, closed and open hi-hats together. Yeah, and then the whole track, it sounds like this. For me, the processing of the whole group is another thing. And for this, I've decided to go with the Diamond 3 EQ, which is pretty nice. And you can hear the difference. Yeah, I boosted the high frequencies, and so the drums are even, yeah, brighter and clear. These are almost all the sounds for the drop. And I had this finished track, instrumental, and I searched for some vocals. And my first place to look at is always Splice. And luckily I found this vocal on Splice. I don't wanna lose my soul. I don't wanna lose my soul. And I really liked it. The only thing I did was I've cut the last part right before the drop. I just don't know what to believe. It gives a little bit of tension. I just don't know what to believe. And also the sub bass is coming right before the drop with a filter. I think the normal bass also. Yeah, and so we've got this nice fill. What's also in the first part of the song is a little intro pad. This little beauty is a Massive X, which looks like this. I think it's a basic preset which comes with the Massive X. I was very impressed by the sound and decided to keep it as a pad. To support it, I have this little bass sound, also Massive X. And right before the start, this little audio file is just the first step reversed and with a lot of reverb, so you have this nice transition. And in the second part, I introduced some hi-hats with some panning. And the build-up is pretty basic, just the lead sounds filtered. And the bass is, the high bass is already almost 100% in. Some build-up snares. Some effects like sweeps and crashes. Here's the crash. Oh, this little FX sound is pretty cool. It's in percussion with a lot of reverb and some stereo widening. So very cool. Oh, this is interesting. This is some wooden sticks, and it's almost very quiet in the mix, but yeah, it sounds nice and it gives the track a little atmosphere. And here we have some cowbells for the fill, I think. Yeah, playing with the snare. And every track should have cowbells in it. It's a undefined rule. The drop is divided in 3 parts, which sounds like this. part completely without drums. And yeah, for the second part there are some snares and claps. Then the part with all drums. And for the third part, I made the whole track a bit groovier, and I did this just with a simple trick. I've took the notes and make them a little smaller, so the track seems to be groovier. You can listen to at the bass. So this is long and this is short. Together with the sub bass, long and it's short. So it feels more groovy. And together with the drums. I also shortened the lead sound here. Long, short. Simple trick, but very groovy. Now for the second part of the song, it's very basic. I have the intro pad from the beginning here. Probably most of the stuff from the first part is in here. I cut the vocal, the first part of the vocal. It's just the I, and get them some stereo panning, reverse. Here we have a little break beat. Just a simple drum and snare beat together with the hi-hats, the pad, and I also added this little 80s synth. So a pretty basic part, and up next is already a build-up again. Pretty much the same drop as the first. Yeah, and the second drop is almost the same as the first one. And let's see what else I can show you. I can show you the master channel. There's nothing special going on here. I have the utility plugin from Ableton, which decreases the volume right before the drop a bit, so the drop is hitting a bit harder. And the limiter is just for the video, so the sound isn't that quiet for you. It would sound like this. So for video purpose, it's a bit louder. And yeah, I have this multi-band compressor on the master channel, so this is doing quite well. It's a little trick I've learned from Luca Pretolesi, and it's you do on the low end, you do expansion whenever the kick is hitting. So you boost the low end with the kick, and this is just amazing. I mean, it gives the sound a bit of this pumping effect you want. I reduced the threshold of the highs, but also I've increase the output level. So you're controlling the highs, but give back some volume to it, and so the highs are not that harsh in your ears, but very present too. So this sounds very muddy and undefined, I would say, and with the multiband compressor, it sounds good to me. So there's no more processing on the master. I have a different project for mastering, and keep this as clean and unprocessed at the end as possible. So I have all opportunities open for mastering. So that's all I can show you about this project. It's very little, but I think all the necessary elements are in there. So that's it for the track check of Lose My Soul. It's quite a tiny project, so I can't show you that much, but I think I've explained all the necessary elements. And if you haven't heard the song yet, it's out on all platforms where you can listen to music. So check out the links in the description, and you can stream the song, put it into your playlist, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.